They say he who represents himself in court is a fool. To have an attorney is to be a wise choice, even if said attorney is a bird. Sketchy Logic's first game, Aviary Attorney, has players in the role of attorney J.J. Falcon and his associate Sparrowson during the time of 19th century France. Together, both lawyers try to defend their clients and prove their innocence. Does Aviary Attorney have enough substance to present its case, or is it just wild speculation? Aviary Attorney's story is told throughout 4 cases which are tackled one at a time. The cases seem to be individual at first, though it's quickly apparent they tried to tell an overarching story. The story can get you invested, but it isn't really anything that special. Its main theme appears to ask, what is the definition of justice? The story can end in 2 different ways, depending on a single specific action. One of the endings is satisfying to the story, while the other, I was more confused and it just didn't feel right. I found the cases weren't actually that difficult. It was never tough to defend clients and find the true culprit. Only about half of the cases are intriguing, while overall it just feels like a standard courtroom drama, and it's probably just as long. Completing the story and getting the 2 different endings only took about 4 hours to complete. The presentation of the story is told mainly throughout character interaction. Aviary Attorney's genre and gameplay is that of a point-and-click visual novel. Once you get a case, you can travel around the city of Paris searching for clues to your client's innocence. Though, be wary, since investigating certain locations may take a day and you only have a limited amount of time before your client's trial. It's a neat mechanic that can add pressure, making you consider choosing your locations wisely. Though, it can be disregarded since most cases don't have many locations and you have more than enough time. Once you arrive at your location, you'll either be searching rooms for evidence in a simple point-and-click style, or talking to interesting characters that may have witnessed what really happened. The dialogue is of quality, giving emotion and feelings to the mostly still-looking characters. They know when to be serious and when to be somewhat comical. The focus of dialogue is convenient since the slight animation along with no voice acting gives no real life to the characters. The characters have little animation, which generally is lip movement along with the occasional movement of a single arm. The characters and backdrop are all inspired by the look of French caricaturist J.J. Graville. The sketch look is very appealing, the characters are very detailed, giving a descriptive idea of their occupation or placement on the social ladder. The backdrops have just enough detail to paint a clear idea of the current location, while never taking away too much attention from characters and their dialogue. There are some times where the characters and backdrops sort of blend together, making it hard to tell the difference. But it adds a slight appeal on how much of a storybook it actually looks. The music is also wonderful, being inspired by composer Camille Saint-Saëns. Despite the wonderful dialogue and design, Aviary Attorney is still sort of bland. It's a difficult game to recommend. It's impressive that most of the game is inspired by public domain work and its uniqueness. Just don't play this game expecting a revolutionary or memorable story. However, it's still a decent story. The developers are working on another case that will be added through a free update, and while it's not in the game yet, it's nice to know that developers are adding more to the game. I believe there is potential for a series here, and this is a good stepping stone. If you want something to kill a little time while waiting for Capcom's new Ace Attorney game that has very similar gameplay, I highly suggest picking up Aviary Attorney. I want to also quickly note that there is some issue with getting any target resolution running. It's noticeable, but that is the only glitch that I found. Once I actually got into the game, it played without a hitch. Aviary Attorney gets a 7 out of 10.